Hey there, beautiful souls. This is Universal Wisdom Tarot. If this is your first time to the channel, it is a pleasure to have you join me here. And if you've been here before, thank you so much for returning. This channel wouldn't exist without you, and your support is truly appreciated. This is your August monthly general intuitive tarot reading. Please remember, not all messages will resonate with everyone, but if you're looking for something more personal, then check out the description box below this video, where you can find a link to my website, and you can book a personal reading. If you haven't already, this would be a great time to click that subscription button. It's free for you to do so, and it lets you know when I drop more videos. While you're at it, click the like button, which helps the channel to grow and lets me get much needed messages out to others who need to hear them. As always, let's begin with a few astrological highlights for the month. On the 1st of September, Saturn retrogrades back into Pisces, encouraging a deep dive into emotional clarity and boundaries. After dipping a toe into passionate Aries, this transit gives you one more chance to review your boundaries. Have you been able to assert yourself? Does your no command respect? If not, you have time to get firm. Saturn and Pisces can be emotional, so you'll want to elevate your self-care too. Then on the 6th, we have yet another retrograde. Uranus joins Saturn. Uranus favors change and disruption, but retrograde means it's better to hold off on making drastic changes until Uranus stations direct on sometime, I believe, in early February. So instead, use this time to review where you need to tear things down or leave well enough alone. This period is ideal for reconnecting with old friends. Eclipse season returns, bringing a wave of intensity. It starts on the 7th when the lunar eclipse in Pisces arrives. Emotions will be strong and boundaries could get blurry on this day. Trust your feelings and reinforce boundaries as needed. Your faith could be tested somehow, so it's wise to remain grounded and flexible. Know when to hold fast and when to let go. Sacrifice may be called for, but trust that this is necessary. The more willing you are to release, the better you'll feel. Then on the 21st of September, the last eclipse of the year shows up. This one's a solar eclipse, and it's in Virgo, and it's your best chance for a clean break. A fresh start is on the way. If something ends around this day, a new opportunity may emerge. Hold off on making decisions until a few days have passed. That way, you'll have the facts you need to make a strong choice. It's also a dynamite eclipse for decluttering, cleaning, and weeding. Put those tasks on your list and you'll emerge nice and neat. Finally, on the 22nd, Mars sails into Scorpio, and this is a transit that brings willpower, sex appeal, and intensity into the cosmos. On that same day, the sun will be in Libra, marking the official beginning of fall. So put your energy into strengthening partnerships, handling lawsuits, and making your home a showpiece. To sum up, September is a bit of a challenging month. Unfortunately, the astrology isn't always pretty. It's just the nature of time. There is a season for everything, and now it's time to see what tarot messages the universe has for you and your astrological sign. Let's jump in, and I will catch you on the flip side. All right, beautiful souls, this is a reading for Gemini. Sun, Moon, and Rising sign for the month of September. Hey, Gemini, how you doing? Year is speeding by, and here we are in September. So let's see what the universe wants to let you know what messages do they want to impart for you, for Gemini. So I give thanks to the angels, spirits, guides, and the universe for the messages they provide, and for assisting me in interpreting those messages for the highest vibrational good of my Gemini seekers. All right, Gemini, what do you think they're going to tell you? I have no clue, so let's find out. Let's have 4 cards, please, for Gemini for the month of September. Five of Cups. Seven of Cups. Chariot. Magician. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is the Page of Cups. Okay. You know, Gemini, the Page of Cups for me is a card of playfulness, but it's also a card of really sort of being more creative and letting your creative side out. For some people, creativity is taking up an art. So for some people, it's wanting to do some, paint, or, go and take a sculpting class, or, work, learn how to do ceramics, or, a pottery class. That's what I'm trying to say. Something to that effect. I feel like this is a time and energy where you might be trying to do some of that. For some people, their creativity is brought out in their home and in decorating their home, or making home improvements, or spending time at home doing little mini projects that make you make use of your creative abilities, your creative whatever. Okay, I feel like you're doing this because in the first week you had this Five of Cups. There's either some kind of disappointment, or something that happens, or something that you are disappointed in, my dear friends. And I want to say to you that if you are disappointed, well, guess what? Seven of Cups there says you have options. You can choose to do something differently. You can choose a different whatever. There's a different choice always available to you. And once you've made that different choice, or you've decided to do things differently, well, the rest of the month, the Chariot and the Magician is magical and moving forward. So I feel like your first 2 weeks, there's something there that I don't know what it is, but we'll get into the clarifiers. But there is something that's a little bit of disappointment, or something that, kind of makes you shift into this mode where you're going to do either these mini projects, maybe, being at home with your family or whatever, spending time with them, or doing these mini projects with people that you care about, or even just having dinner with people that you love, is going to take your mind either off this situation, or gets you out of the funk of that Five of Cups. Let's get our clarifier deck out, because I do want to start to understand this a little bit better. But I feel like there's some kind of change there that I don't know, sends you maybe for something for a loop there that you weren't expecting, or I'm not sure if it's you weren't expecting it, but there's something going down there, right? Five of Cups. You see, Five of Cups, there's 2 cups here. And there's that are tipped over, or sorry, 3 cups here, tipped over. 2 cups here that are upright. This character doesn't see the 2 upright ones. You're looking out toward that castle and you're saying to yourself, oh, bummer, I'm never going to get there, right? That's sort of what that is. But you can get somewhere. You just have to make the right choices to get there. There's always options. There's always ways to do this kind of thing. So in that 5 of Cups, you're feeling disappointed, okay? But the message is for you is not to lose sight of your goals, right? Just because you see that castle, don't say, oh, well, forget it. The castle's not for me. No, it's just figure out, how do you get across that water? Okay, do I build a bridge? Do I find some stones and I make a path across the water? Do I take some logs and tie them together? I mean, that's 3 options, right? That's what they're telling you, is you have to look at different ways and different options to actually do this, right? So, yeah, okay, there is disappointment, right? And maybe you thought things were going to happen one way, but, there's always another way to do something, all right? So what I would say to you is, with that 5 of Cups, is don't do anything radical, okay? Stick with sort of things that you know and what works. Let's clarify the 5 of Cups, please. Can I have a clarifier for the 5 of Cups? Clarifier, please, and thank you. Truly grateful for all your message for the 5 of Cups. 4 of Swords, yeah. Just take a step back. Think about it. Relax. You know that that's a lot of people when you're thinking of something and it's bothering you, and you're trying to find the answer to something, and you're thinking so hard it just doesn't come, and then all of a sudden you say, okay, forget it, I'm going to go outside, I'm going to go have a walk, and as soon as you get outside and start having the walk, boom, the idea comes to you. All right, so this is what this 4 of Swords is saying, is take a step back, relax, reflect. The answers will come when the timing is right. You'll get across. There's ways to do these things. Stick with what works for you. Because I feel like whatever this thing is, that this disappointment is, it could be a little bit shocking. I don't know. I'm feeling for somebody it's a little bit shocking. It's the 10 of Wands, so it's something you weren't expecting. It's something that's going to maybe be a little bit more of a hardship in terms of a bit of a burden for some of you. I say shocking, but it may not be that shocking. Okay, I'm feeling for somebody there is a development in their career. I don't know who that message is for. It's not for everybody, but it is definitely for somebody. And I feel like you're going to get the clarity, and the Judgment card, you have the Judgment and the Ace of Swords. So something becomes clear to you. As I said to you, the answers come, or the new way of doing things come, and it brings you a bit of an enlightenment or a bit of a renewal in that Judgment card, right? You start to get the answers that you're looking for, which means you can start to move past this setback. If this is a setback, this challenge or whatever that you're facing, you'll move past it. Absolutely, you will move past it. For somebody, I feel like the rug has been kind of pulled from under them. I don't know who that message is for, but I have to say that. But I also feel, because of that 7 of Cups, and then then you have the Chariot, you have the Magician. I feel like it's a bit of a blessing in disguise. Okay, now the blessing in disguise means that you have options now to pick and choose and do as you please, right? That's what the 7 of Cups says. There's all of those cups in the sky there, in the clouds, Some are good, some are bad, right? But, you know, choose wisely and you'll be able to move past this. And, you know, blessing in disguise is sometimes not always what, you know, we think about on minute one when we're in a state of shock or we're in a state of disappointment, okay? So you have the Temperance card. It does say, you know, patience. You know, good things come to those who wait. Also, you know, we need to make sure that we're in balance and in harmony when we're choosing, right? Making the right choices there. Okay. And this is going to, you know, give you, you know, the patience will give you, start to make you feel a little better, maybe give you a little bit of a boost, morally, or morale, sorry, not morally, but morale wise. Okay. So yeah, I just feel like that's going to elevate you up in some way, shape, or form in these choices, okay? Now, for some of you, if this is related to, if your situation is not work, because your situation is relationship, if you've had a disappointment, you step back, you will still get that clarity. There's other fish in the sea is the message that they're trying to give me. You know, you are a player. It's, you know, you can elevate yourself up to a better stage. You have the Page of Wands here, so clearly you're ready to get back out there and try again, and, you know, try different things. As I said, whatever this setback is, it could be in somebody's job, it could be in your relationships, it could be in your friendships, it could be whatever. All right, but I do feel like if you step away in the first 2 weeks, or you try to get over or move past the setback by indulging in your creative passions, indulging in your, you know, home projects, in your maintenance projects, in your, you know, painting, playing the guitar, playing the piano, whatever it is that you do, if it helps to keep your mind off of the setback or the whatever that is going on, that's the bit of the aha, gotcha moment. All right. Yeah. So, you know, if you're, you know, I don't know, if you're investing in landscaping, or if you're investing in, you know, new furniture and looking at things from that perspective, you know, if you're working on those kind of projects, well, it's going to turn your house into a home. It's going to turn your home into a castle. Okay. And it gives you sort of a new lease on life in terms of your emotions, and it gives you this ability to push past the obstacles. Okay. And sometimes especially when we're doing big projects like that, those kind of things are very therapeutic, right? That's what the Queen of Cups is here. Is it's therapeutic. We do therapy for ourselves, whatever that might be. For some people that's cleaning, for some people that's you know, whatever, right? So you're doing something therapeutic for yourself, and home projects tend to be that kind of stuff here that I'm feeling for you. All right, so I don't know, if you want to tear up the lawn, then tear up the lawn because, you know, it's the time for you to kind of do it. All right, let's get into that Chariot card for someone. I'm feeling if you want to travel, you're going to make a decision to do that in the Chariot, with the Chariot in that third week there. If you are looking to maybe buy a home, I feel like you're moving forward in that desire with the Chariot card. I also feel like you're making new plans, because the Chariot is about advancing. It's about moving forward. It's about doing things differently. It's about finally being determined to go ahead. And this is definitely getting past the disappointment at this point. You're saying, okay, that's the past. The past is the past. Let's now move on with this Chariot card and clarify the Chariot card. What Queen of Pentacles, feeling like you're in a better space, feeling like you're contented, feeling like you're abundant, feeling like, okay, I've gotten past that. I dodged that bullet and I got past that situation. Okay. All right. Right. Let's continue to clarify that Chariot. Tell me about this movement forward. clarifier, please, for the Chariot. Yeah, 8 of Wands. You're taking some kind of action that's very deliberate, it's very targeted, and there's something here that happens quite swiftly. So either this change of mentality happens swiftly, or your situation turns around swiftly from being disappointment to, you know, all of a sudden being, oh, okay, I thought this was a bad thing, but it's not a bad thing, okay? So there's definitely some kind of targeted action, swift movement that comes with this 8 of Wands. Sometimes the 8 of Wands is also a card of communication, but so is the Page of Pentacles is a card of communication. So perhaps there is some communication here that helps you to change your situation, and it's like it flips on the dime, okay? Let's clarify the Magician, because you've got all the magic, you've got all the ingredients. There's some alchemy that can happen now, right? The alchemist is the one who takes, you know, lead and turns it into gold, right? That's what you have the ability to do here. It's a question of, do you want to take a chance? Do you want to take a risk? Do you want a fresh start? If you do, go with no baggage. That's the message here, okay? So if this is a disappointment in a relationship, remember, you have choices. You can get past this. You can meet somebody new. You can have a fresh start with somebody new, and you take a leap of faith, all right? Let's clarify, continue to clarify that Magician, because magic is a beautiful thing, my friends. Yeah, 6 of Wands, victory. Nothing more to say there other than, wow, fabulous, okay? Feeling like you're getting recognition for something, but also equally a new chance, a new opportunity for something. So if this is business-wise for some of you, then there's an opportunity for a new position, new money, new contract, new what have you, all right? So if your disappointment is related to a work situation, I will say that your ambition is going to get noticed in the latter half of the month. I would say that you should take the initiative, and if you do, you will ascend, because you have a lot of good news here financially and materially in a career, from a career perspective. I said you could also, I see that you could also potentially move up the ladder if that's what you want, and if it's a relationship, you know, maybe this is the one, okay? All right, Gemini, let's get a message for you from Archangel Michael. What message would you like to give? What message would you like to give to Gemini for the month of September? Message for Gemini, please, for September, please, and thank you. Truly grateful. Okay, you have 2 cards out, and I'll give you both of them. First one out was number 40, and it says, you're ready for more. Your career is growing and blossoming. Now is the time to make the changes you've been contemplating. So if that's been your disappointment, then you're ready for more. Time for a better choice and move forward. And someone new is coming, number 28. An important new relationship is on the horizon. Open your mind and heart so that happiness can enter your life. So if your disappointment was relationship-wise, you have fish in the sea to choose from. Move past it to this new relationship. All righty. That's it for now, Gemini. I'll leave it there. I hope there was something in it resonated for you. If you are enjoying these readings and these videos, then don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Then you'll know when I drop my next video. You'll want to keep coming back, because I will be announcing my next contest soon, and I wouldn't want you to miss it. Also, Clicking like and subscribe really helps my channel to grow, so I truly, truly appreciate that. All right, I'll leave it there. I'll see you again very soon. Until then, please know that I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.